I just want to apologize to you all in advance that for some reason my audio screwed up and I sound very, very quiet. I did the best I can, but I still sound very, very quiet. So you will be able to hear me, but it's just very quiet. And I'll try to fix on in the next episode. Back to the episode now.
Nonetheless, so we're still not done with this comment. But nonetheless, we still have more to this comment. Right. We still have more to go, though. And we're still not done. Yeah, and guess what? We're still not done. We are still not done with this comment. Oh. But Teddy, we're still not done.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the episode of the iTunes Fan Podcast. As always, I'm Teddy Macker from the iTunes Fanboy.
And my name is Alpha DeWolf.
And we're coming back with Alpha having a smoother camera for some reason. But we apologize that we were unable to record last week because somebody was busy getting back from vacation.
And trying not to crash a car on the 300 miles home in a rainstorm without brakes.
Alright, did you get the brakes fixed?
No, I haven't had time to fix them yet because Saturday I was busy prepping for church, and then Sunday I was busy with more church stuff and more concerts, and so I have not had an opportunity. So I've been driving the GMC all week, only to discover some worse news about it.
Yeah, which I'll get into that.
So I am 0 for 2 on buying used cars that are not certified pre-owned here in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. So I took it into an auto repair shop to finally get the exhaust fixed, which, well, it's not loud anymore. We no longer have sport exhaust, but there's still some stuff clunking around in the back somewhere. So I paid about $500-ish to only slightly quiet the car and still have a bunch of clunking going on. And I found out midway through fixing it, apparently the shocks came apart when they put the car on the lift. So, yeah, that's not good. So, we have new shocks in the rear as well. But unfortunately, in the process of them putting it on, they discovered something that will legitimately, literally make it impossible for me to sell it to someone else. There's a weak spot in the frame that the rust has gotten to.
I'm so glad I don't live in the UP.
That's why you never buy a car from the UP. That UP rust, it just eats the cars alive up here. It is impossible to get a car that is around 10 years old and not have a massive rust problem around here.
Why don't you guys just stop salting the roads if this salt causes rust that destroys the cars?
Because we live in a hilly area, and if we do not break our ice, then we are guaranteed to have a crap ton of accidents, which would cost more than just our vehicles rusting.
That's true. That's about that.
So, I mean, there are ways to get around it. There's various coatings that you can get. The problem is, though, you have to put it on every single year. You have to recoat it. Because it just wears. It's a wear element. So you can do that to try to protect a vehicle. But again, that's something that... It costs a lot of money, by the way. It costs a lot of money to do this.
Yeah, I think it would cost too much money if you didn't do it.
Yeah. But I should also point out, too... I don't think you're used to your roads having, like... snow and ice on them permanently, like even on the highways.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. Because
yeah, we have that problem all the time. Oh, and when the plows come by, the roads just become glare ice. So you have to salt them. You just don't have a choice. You have to salt the roads up here. But of course, that salt is an accelerating. What is it? Salt is a catalyst towards steel rusting. So, yeah, that's just the one drawback, and that's why, seriously, guys, if you see a car, it doesn't matter where in the state of Michigan it's from. It can even be from Detroit, and it's still a problem. So,
basically, don't buy cars north of the Ohio River if you can help it.
Yeah, basically, never buy a car from the state of Michigan. If it's from Michigan, that's an immediate red flag. Unless it's a brand new car, then it's brand new. You don't have to worry about that. But no, yeah, if you buy a car from the state of Michigan, it is an immediate red flag. Do not. It will have rust somewhere. And in my case, the GMC is really not that old. It's only 13 years old. And in theory, cars should last a lot longer than that. But when you live in the state of Michigan, where you have these brutal winters with salt and sand and yeah, it's just, it eats away at the cars. It's absolute abuse. So yeah, never buy a car from the state of Michigan unless it is actually brand new, straight off the dealer lot, and you can find a good deal. So, but I mean, Stardust is subjected to the exact same problem. I'm actually terrified to look under the car right now and see how much rust is on it. There is plastic shielding, but plastic shielding can also work against you. It can actually trap salt within the shielding if it finds a way to get past the plastic, which it most certainly will. So, yeah, it's I'm nervous to see how much value I've lost on Stardust just because of that. I mean, as far as I can tell, if I can patch up the couple of spots on the rear door sills, because so far that is the only exposed bit on the body that needs to get patched up, which I still need to go to the dealer to get the paint coat and the spray paint to actually take care of it. But once I get that patched up, she's not looking too bad yet. She's only 7 years old, but yeah, it's just the rust is awful on the cars up here, and that GMC is probably the last car I am buying from up here. I'm probably going to venture south, and I mean very far south. Not even like Chicago's not far enough south for me. I'm gonna go like Tennessee, North Carolina, that far south.
That makes perfect sense, but shall I move on to my car troubles and how it somehow ties into technology?
What's going on this time?
So, my car is not that much trouble, but basically the problem is that like all cars, the rubber seal is degraded on my car.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
So I gotta get a new seal for it, so consequently water gets in the car whenever it rains, because we don't have a carport nor a garage, because my house is very old.
Does your Mercedes have a sunroof?
Yes. It's not coming through a sunroof, though.
Oh, where's it leaking from?
I think it's the doors.
Oh.
Because, like, I don't feel... Because it's only in the floor mats, and I also don't feel anything wet or damp up in the sunroof.
Alright.
And I hardly... And it's also... I don't know if that sunroof can open. Like, I think it might just be one that you can, like, use the... I don't really play with the sunroof that much, so I don't know if you can open
I don't like opening sunroofs either. For one, they're incredibly loud when you do open them. And then...
But, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but then also... I fear that if there's one bell and whistle, everyone claims that, oh, the more crap you have on the car, the more there is to go wrong. Usually one of the first things to go wrong on a car is the sunroof opening and closing system. That's usually one of the first things to go wrong.
Yeah, so I almost never have it open, so it's
not... Yeah, neither do I. I'll have the shade open, especially on the GMC. The GMC is my first car with a sunroof, and my goodness is it required in that car. It just lets so much light in, and it doesn't feel like a cave or...
I mean, yeah, Mine is literally a shade too. Like I don't even know if it opens. Like I think it might just literally be a shade. I think it does open, but I have no idea how to do that. But it's not. But I know it's coming in through the door. But getting back on topic, on the rear left seat, which was dry when my mom and I were leaving on Tuesday, it was totally dry. So my mom set her late 2024 MacBook Pro down there on the floor. No, and then when we were driving to my grandmother's house, we got there, and my mom asked me why it was so wet and soaked, and we realized that rain had gotten in, because I'd had a few issues with rain seeping in before, and mainly in the front driver's seat, but I wasn't sure if it was just the door, like rain coming in from the door, so but now I know the seal's gone, so the seal's easy to fix. That's not a problem. The problem right now is that
is the MacBook itself.
Yeah, the MacBook was completely dead when it first after the incident, which I'm amazed that it was completely dead. Usually they're not. It wasn't even that much water, so that amazed me in itself. But then she let air out for a couple days, and she turned it on again. It was able to turn it on, but the trackpad was a little bit messed up, and it wouldn't charge either. So my mom wants to take it to a repair shop, because after watching lots of repair videos from computer shops, she apparently thinks that that's going to be the best way to get that fixed, because she knows that they'll soak the board in ice with alcohol and resolder all the joints that got damaged. I think we both know that, and probably everyone watching knows that that's not really going to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I have to ask, did she try, I'm sure she's using MagSafe because that's what it came with, but did she try charging it via USB-C by chance? Because you can charge the MacBook through USB-C.
And I know that, but she hasn't. I'll have to tell her about that, but she...
Yeah, ask her about that.
But she still doesn't ultimately want to use it until she takes it to the repair shop, because apparently they'll fix it, and she's the expert because she's watched a few videos on YouTube.
Yeah, that's not exactly how it works, especially when it comes to water damage.
No, that's not how it works. But meanwhile, a day ago, my mom ordered a 2026 MacBook Air that's sky blue and is 15 inches. Base RAM, don't know how much storage it has, and because she has to have a computer, and so she's buying that, and she has that thing coming on tomorrow, actually, so I'll probably do a video I do tomorrow, because lately she went back to her old computer, which is her late 2019 MacBook Pro of 64 gigabytes of RAM, but she's now finally realized that Intel Macs just but she's realizing the problems with Intel Macs is that they overheat drastically.
Oh, yeah.
So my mom immediately ordered an Apple Silicon Mac to get rid of that, and because she wants to get into video editing, I personally don't think she ever will, or else not really seriously. She wants an Apple Pro for that, but she needs a MacBook Air she's going back to work as a college professor now. So
I mean the MacBook Air. What's wrong with the MacBook Air for video editing? It's fine.
I mean, especially now for what I do in Final Cut Pro, like for podcast editing and video editing. Okay,
yeah.
I do need the Pro, but no.
We're a different use case from her, because we do this on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Getting into it like it's a hobby.
No.
Honestly, I just save the money. There's nothing wrong with using the base M5 we're on now.
Yeah. Especially now there's a 15-inch MacBook Air variant too, which my mom, when I first mentioned you hating 13-inch laptops, I remember thinking, wow, you're just like my mom. My mom hates laptop screens that aren't 15 or 16 inches. Like, she thinks 17 inches is too big, and that 13 or 14 inches is too small.
I don't know. I'd love to see a 20-inch MacBook Pro, but that's just me.
Maybe not 20, but at least 18. That might be. 18, I think, would definitely be cool, though.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That reminds me. I've still forgot one thing from my collection, which is, I gotta get a 17-inch MacBook Pro. I want to try to get a 2011 17-inch MacBook Pro. Maybe 2010 if I can't find 11, but 2011 17-inch MacBook Pro, that's a 2011 MacBook Pro that Alpha would like.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Except you might have to run the line of commands to disable the dedicated graphics, because those dedicated graphics and those fail constantly.
Yeah, there's a reason why Apple ditched NVIDIA how many years ago? Which is funny because my iMac has dedicated NVIDIA graphics. Yeah, and that's what failed on the last Logic board.
Yeah, DOS Dude 1 luckily did release so there's a command that you can run in some sort of special diagnostic and get temporarily disabled. And there's a more permanent app I one DOS Dude 1 that DOS Dude 1 made, so because if it's 17-inch, it probably has dedicated graphics, but that's just... I'll have to look and see, but that's not something I need. But shall I move on to my new devices now?
Oh, that's right. You got some new school devices, if I'm not mistaken.
Because we're going to fix this here. But I got 2 new devices to show.
All right, what we got?
The first one is something that you would like very much. I bought this last week for $25, and these usually retail for like $120.
Wow.
They're sealed.
I'm not sure if I'd like those, though, because those do not look like they'd be comfortable in my ears.
Yeah, they're in-ear headphones with remote and mic. They're like the equivalent of AirPods Pro from 08. They probably go for more if they're steel, and I got it for $25. So they have different size ear tips too. So they're, I don't know. These definitely look like more comfortable than Apple's old shower ear iPod headphones. I'm sure you know that.
Oh yeah, those were awful.
Oh,
those were so bad.
I'm sure more comfortable than these, but yeah, these are. It says remote and mic support, or only by iPod Nano 4th generation, iPod Classic 1 is 20 GB, and iPod Touch 2nd generation. That's how old these are.
Yep.
This is back when a remote and mic was kind of special too. So you know I'm going to be unboxing these in one of my videos next week. I gotta go get my next device.
Should try cleaning my glasses in the meantime. Because I forgot to do that.
I have it now. This is the iPad 11 generation that my school loaned me for my senior year of high school.
Finally, an all-screen iPad.
Which has, unfortunately, the landscape camera, which I'm not personally the biggest fan of. That's just me.
I'm not too sure how to feel about it, but...
I mean, just because... To be fair, I always think that it's like not the original way that iPads were meant to be used, but that's just a bit of a crazy guy like that. That's okay. This is a silver model, and this I can't show the lock screen because it has, well, what was that? This is a 128 gigabyte model. And this comes with the Logitech Rugged Combo 4. I was going to tell you here it's a Rugged Combo 4.
Still hate the idea of keyboards for iPads.
I mean, they don't lend us laptops, so I mean, this one luckily doesn't have a trackpad, which I never really used that. I mean, I plan on using this for some of my classes. However, one of the classes I'm taking next year will still have Windows computers in those, so I probably will use the iPad then. But one of the classes I have has Macs in there. Well, I'll probably use that for them. For my dual enrollment classes, because I'm taking a couple of them, they let you bring your own laptop, I'm pretty sure, so I'll probably use my MacBook Pro for that, so that way I can type my essay, type my essays on the big screen.
Yep.
The only thing I like about doing homework is that I can do it on the big screen. Because I don't bring my MacBook with me to school because it's so heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy to carry on my backpack. And also, my MacBook does, for whatever reason, my iPhone connects to the school Wi-Fi just fine. My MacBook does not like to connect to my school's Wi-Fi.
Bizarre.
It does not. I don't know if I've ever gotten it to do it, but I have used my MacBook to edit stuff because, I mean, obviously I'm gonna edit, if I have to edit video for school, obviously do it on my MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Pro. And one time, when I was in chemistry class, we had to make a video about a certain type of topic related to chemistry, and we had to do captions. So what I did was I actually created captions with proper captions format, like the stigmas use. That was incredible. But yeah, this is going to be a decent iPad. I'm not taking it out of its case because this iPad is nearly impossible to get it out of its case. If you see, as I discovered when I was making that post yesterday about it on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, community posts. But this is also not my iPad, so I have to be a little bit more careful about it. But let me go ahead and power this down, and then I'll set it back.
All right.
I'm back.
All right.
Shall I move on to an award where we talk about those who probably don't pay attention in school?
Oh, yeah. Time for some idiot awards.
I've got plenty. So do you, but...
Yeah, we both have idiot awards.
Let's talk about the idiots.
All right.
Okay, so this first one is on my video of Elon Musk as a traitor to Tesla, which and this guy commented, and it's equally obvious that Elon isn't using solar-powered rocket engines to get to space. What a total hypocrite. That's like calling the Pope a traitor because he admitted he sinned. Maybe dial back the cancel culture energy and try to understand the 3D chess Elon is actually playing. A large share of AI companies
I hate these people.
have the potential to wreck civilization based on what their own CEOs say and do. Elon helped create OpenAI specifically to counter the monopolies forming in AI. Sam Altman turned into a for-profit company and gutted that original mission. So Elon is now doing whatever it takes to rebalance the scales. He's trying to help humanity, not sell it out.
Explain Grok then, because Grok is basically what Sam Altman is trying to do with OpenAI.
Did you say Scam Altman?
Yes, Scam Altman.
I like that name. Yeah, I mean, it's literally what you said too, like 3D chess. Like that's the only thing that Elon Musk fans say. So I mean,
yeah, I hate it when they try to pull the, oh, you don't know what he's really doing. He's playing 40 underwater chess, and he's infinite moves ahead of you. You can't even fathom what goes on in this genius's mind.
I watched an episode of The Big Bang Theory where there are two geniuses supposedly on the show actually play 3D chess, and 3D chess is not really more intelligent. In fact, it's even dumber than 2D chess. but I mean, yeah. But I mean, AI come. First of all, there were not AI really wasn't a thing when OpenAI was created back in 2015. I mean, AI monopolies especially weren't really a thing. I think even now we can agree that there is no monopoly on AI.
At the moment, yeah, there really isn't one. But none of it is still really any good.
I still do agree that Sam Altman definitely turned it into a for-profit company compared to its original mission. I think definitely that's what Sam Altman did based on the fact that all the other co-founders at this point have left, or almost all of them. But yeah, I mean, Sam Altman was planning from the beginning though, because there were some emails that he had with Satya Nadella back when Satya was still using a Windows phone.
And I mean, also when you think about it too, ever since OpenAI really started trying to profitize off of their technology, Claude's been doing the same. Google is doing the same with Gemini. Apple tried and failed miserably. It's just, and that's the thing. Grok is doing the exact same thing too. They do ask for you to subscribe to Grok.
Way too much on Twitter, actually.
Yeah, especially on Twitter. I just wish there was a way to eliminate Grok from Twitter.
Same, but shall I move on to my next award nomination?
Is it another one of those first ones?
Yeah, so this is on my latest Apple Collection video, which I finally got done. And this guy commented first to say something other than first. And I replied, that isn't much more relevant though, but boosts my engagement. Because there was somebody else beforehand that commented first. And I replied, how is that relevant? And then he deleted his comment. So, I think he realized his point. But the next Idiot Award nomination is somebody else's.
Yes! There's actually a part 2 to it as well. So, someone on my I built a $3,000 PC video commented, your cooler fans are on wrong. You have them set to blow from the back to the front while also being in front of an exhaust fan. So, initially I read the comment wrong and said that all of my case fans are correct, but then he restipulated, your cooler fans are on, not the case, the cooler fans. Except, no, my cooler fans are actually on correctly. I stuck my hand in there, and yes, the air is blowing in the correct direction. In fact, there are actually airflow direction indicators on the fans themselves that'll point in the direction the air will go. And so then there's also the basic trick with most case fans. There are a few exceptions to it. Most case fans will blow towards the end of the... Oh, actually, you know what? Let me... I do have a fan I can just grab and demonstrate. Once I figure out where to unplug it. Okay. There we go. Here's a PC fan that follows tradition. So this particular one is my Haven H18 180 millimeter fan. And this fan is set where this is the front of the fan, this is the back, and the air comes in through here, and it blows out towards the supports of the fan hub. This is how most fans typically blow their air. There are some that are backwards, but it's a Noctua cooler. Noctua tends to follow the tradition in terms of air comes in on the non-hub support side and comes out on the hub supported side. that's typically how PC fans work. There are exceptions where they'll be backwards, particularly with RGB fans, RGB case fans, for styling purposes. But no, my fans are definitely on right. There's no debate about that. So I don't know what his problem is, but yeah, my fans are on right. I mean, I even mentioned I did benchmarks. I did a couple benchmarks to make sure that my system was working, and it actually wasn't the CPU that was having thermal problems, it was my GPU. So that should be a huge indicator that my cooler fans are on correctly. But nonetheless, this is why he made it to the Idiot Awards ceremony. So congratulations.
Dude, that's only part 2. Like, there's no more. That was part 2.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there, you have been educated on PC fans.
Alright, let's go back to the earliest or the next I have an idiot award on my downgrade tutorial of how to downgrade the iPhone 4 for iOS 4.0 through 7.1.1 on Mac OS. And this one guy commented, "Note, this might work on Linux and Ubuntu." I replied, "I stated that in this video," because I know I stated that in the video, just that I have no experience with Linux really besides Android, so I didn't make the tutorial for Linux.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that... Oh, don't worry. And then this next one is the Linux community at its finest.
Yes. So,
This is a good one.
so I had a problem with OBS on my Linux operating system where it was just dropping a savage number of frames, which I finally figured out what was going on, and it's not what this commenter suggested. But the commenter basically said, "Install your drivers, you nut. That's your frame drop. Also, update your apps via software."
You did all
I
that.
mean, quick question. How else do you update your apps? Do you not do it via software? I'm trying to make sense of that second part. Also, update your apps via software. How else do you update your apps?
I'm curious about that too, but...
So, yeah, oh, there were some doozies. There's one that I have held in my, held for review that is just absolutely brutal. I don't know if we want to go into that, because it's a long one, but,
Oh, you know I want to go into that one.
Alright, oh, it's right here. I'm going to need the iPad for this. Alright, YouTube Studio. Comments. Held. Alright. Sheesh, this is a long one. So here it goes. My summary of this video. He complains that Linux has so many distros, completely ignoring that Windows itself has 10 to 20 distros spread over multiple kernels. Okay, that's actually BS. Windows is only one kernel, and it's just a bad one, but okay. Home versus Pro versus Enterprise versus Educational versus LTSC, whatever that is, versus various Windows 10 versions with the extended service updates. If I do have to ask, though, who uses anything other than Windows Home or Windows Pro?
I don't know. I mean, granted, I do admit that Windows probably does have too many versions of the software as given. I'm sure you remember that Choose a Vista Get a Mac app.
Oh, yeah. Fun fact, that one of those ads is going to make an appearance in my next Linux video. So, but it's still nowhere near as bad as Linux. Okay, I got to point that out. In terms of the many different versions of Windows, it's still nowhere near as bad as Linux. Linux has just like an infinite... I mean, you get into weird, obscure stuff like Hannah Montana OS.
I remember that. Let me guess, you learned about that one from the Computer Clan.
No, I learned about it from LTT, actually.
Oh,
They made a video on it, too, so... nonetheless, so we're still not done with this comment. He makes the stereotypical, you have to use the command line for everything complaint. That is not true. Well...
You were addressing that in the video by trying not to use that.
My goal was to see if I can use it without using the... I never said you had to. My goal was to see if I can do everything I need to without having to open the terminal. So, completely missed that point. Oh, there's still more to that comment. Although, the command line is so much easier... Somebody's out of touch. Yeah. Completely ignoring all the Windows 11 machinations. I have no idea what that word is. Like registry hacks, the command line instructions. Okay. For your information, yes, Windows has a command line. macOS has a command line. They all have terminals. And for those of you who are enthusiasts, go for it. Not complaining at all. But what is the likelihood that average Joes ever use the command line for anything?
There's a reason why in the macOS... I forgot they don't have the Launchpad anymore. That's one thing. I mean, that's when I did my macOS. There's a reason why it's in the other terminals in the other folder by default.
Yeah.
And it has...
See, on those operating systems, there's usually never... an instance where the average user ever has to open terminal on both Windows and Mac OS. My goal is to see, because Linux used to be this way for a while, where you have to use the terminal for some things. So my goal is to see if we actually have moved past that.
Especially because the reason why Windows and Mac OS were invented were to eliminate the need for a terminal. Yeah.
Even though they still have them. And there are instances where it's helpful on both operating systems, but nonetheless, it is not needed for the use of average Joes. But nonetheless, we still have more to this comment. He doesn't pick an established distro like Linux Mint, because he thought if everything just works, the video would be too boring, showing he is more interested in views than in actually giving people good advice. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's obvious you're doing this for views. I mean, definitely. But I mean, you're also doing it to see if you can use any old version of Linux rather than Ubuntu Linux Mint. That's like still obvious, and that's playing it way too safe.
Yeah, the reason why I didn't go for it was because I feel like if I just pick the same two options that either home users, which in this case is Mint, or business users, which is Ubuntu, then I'm not really fully getting the proper Linux experience, because there's more to the Linux experience than just those two distros. That's why I went for something other than those two. So, that... And I clarify this in my upcoming video, by the way. So, yeah, there's that. What's next in this comment? Oh, yes. He doesn't try the distros and virtual machines first to see how he likes them before committing to wiping out his machine. Two things wrong with that. For one, virtual machines on Windows PCs. When Windows already hogs as much resources as it does, what do you think the virtual machine experience is going to be?
Horrible. And also, you didn't wipe your computer.
Yeah! When did I say I wiped my computer? I never did. In fact, I could turn that on and boot into Windows right now if I wanted to.
It's clear this guy watched the video, but it's almost as if he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. So, where else?
He was too busy writing comment to pay attention to the video.
He doesn't test the selected distro using the live USB to make sure everything works properly before wiping the machine. Again, I did not wipe the machine. And also, I don't like doing that because it's really hard on USB drives. Because those things aren't cooled. And when you run an operating system off of a flash drive, that causes them to heat up. So it's not really healthy for flash drives. That's why I installed it to an SSD that actually has a cooler on it.
Especially right now during the RAM apocalypse, and we really don't want to
risk
your flash drive for something like this.
So, yeah, that's why I preferred to just install directly to the drive. Also, I was worried about potentially saving settings and having other problems. So, yeah, there's... I'm not doing this because I'm an idiot. I'm not a total... I mean, I'm a professional idiot. That's the only professional I claim to be, just a professional idiot. But I'm not that stupid. Okay. We still have more to go, though. He doesn't slow down and actually read the instructions on the screen. Let's be real, whoever does. Which results in him taking 2 hours to install Zorno. Okay, I actually did read the instructions, by the way. To install the operating system, yes, I actually read the instructions. The problem was the instructions didn't assume I would be installing it on a system with more than one drive. The instructions only assumed that your PC had one drive in it, and that's it. So, and my issue was related to trying to install it on a separate drive. So, but as a matter of fact, yes, I did read the instructions. And we're still not done. Once installed, he doesn't read the first time login tutorial that would answer most of his questions and avoid many of the issues he ran into.
Who would do the login tutorial?
Almost nobody ever does, and I honestly just didn't care. Because, honestly, I'm smart enough that I don't necessarily need to be taught, this is where this accessibility little bit... I just don't think that the login tutorial or whatever, I don't think it would have the instructions on how to adjust what I was trying to adjust. But, yeah, and guess what? We're still not done. We are still not done with this comment. He didn't immediately apply updates and do the driver check after the initial install, leading to problems with software not using the proprietary vendor-supplied graphics drivers, thus messing up his recording. And if he had read the welcome intro, he would have known to do this. Well, if you had paid a little more attention, you would have heard me say that I'm using Intel's integrated graphics, not a dedicated graphics card. I don't have one in the system. I actually said this in the video. I'm running off of integrated graphics.
I think I remember something about you saying that.
Yeah. That is actually in the video. Do I have to go up and play that clip again? Because I legitimately said when I was going over the system requirements, this is what you need for graphics. And I said, okay, none of this matters because I'm using the integrated graphics on my CPU. And it was supported. So. And also, at the end of the day, the GPU drivers were not the problem with OBS. So, congratulations. You made yourself look like an idiot there. He didn't seem to check the OBS Linux documentation for recommended settings and updates for optimal performance. Well, I downloaded the latest one, so what updates am I supposed to get?
Exactly.
So, I did find out that there was it was a frame rate setting apparently. So on the MacBook, you just noticed that we have a lovely 60 FPS today. Although the viewers probably aren't going to see that because I have a feeling this video is ultimately going to be exported in 720/30, I think.
I don't think I ever export. Let me go to my settings. I don't think I ever export videos in 720p 30. I think I always do 60, but let me see. Let me actually go to social platforms and see.
I don't know.
Settings. Oh, I don't.
I don't know.
60.
Okay, so they might see this. But yeah, notice that my camera, if it is actually working, I happen to be, OBS is claiming I am pinned at 60 FPS output right now. Apparently, my integrated graphics on my PC can't handle that. So once I backed it off to 30, we were running just fine.
You know, I always export all my stuff in 60 FPS, so... Just
all right, so... But, yeah, that was the problem. I just chose too high of a frame rate that my hardware just couldn't handle. So, that was what was ultimately the problem there. Oh. But, Teddy, we're still not done. He then wanders aimlessly for a bit, trying to find the display settings, turns fractional scaling on, then immediately off again without clicking the scale drop-down, then gets upset that Linux doesn't allow fractional scaling. Again, okay. Let me clarify, because this didn't actually make it into the video. I did turn on fractional scaling, and yes, I saw what would actually have fixed my graphic scaling. But the reason why I turned it off, and this did not make it in the video, so I understand why he didn't know this. I turned it off because it screwed with the resolution of my monitor. I couldn't drive my monitor at 4K anymore. It forced it down to 1080p. So that was why I turned fractional scaling off. It's so I could have my 4K resolution again. And actually, after an update, now I can both have my monitor at 4K and fractional scaling turned on. So the problem's actually fixed. It's just initially I couldn't have fractional scaling on and my monitor at 4K. So that was why I turned it off. And I'm going to clarify that in the next video. So we are just about done with the comment. Ends by talking about how his Linux challenge was off to a rotten start, without acknowledging that this was just because he messed up and didn't actually read anything. Teddy, did I not read anything?
I think you did read stuff. Besides, you're reading the comment.
Yeah, so... and people wonder why Linux users get upset with these challenges.
Exactly.
No. So that is the end of the comment. That is the end of the comment.
I think that beats the comment on your 2011 MacBook Pro video. I think we finally got a comment that beat that one.
Yeah.
That's
so
Media Award dominations.
Yep, that's the end of that comment. We should probably move on to whatever's next.
We're still not done. I have one.
We still have another Idiot Award?
I think so.
I don't see any.
This is on my tutorial of how to downgrade the iPhone 3GS to iOS 4.1, and this is from 2021. And this one guy commented, "Do I have to DFU?" I replied, watch this video to find out, because I stated that in the video, gave instructions how to enter DFU mode, and that's it. That is the first Idiot Award nomination was on July 24th, which is like a day after we recorded our last episode.
Ah, alright.
So.
Okay, is that it? Because we've got a lot of stuff to move on to today.
We've gotten through 4 topics, and we have a total of 26, so let's move on to topic number 5 now.
Alright, what's next?
Apple added a cap for the 30-day period to the bug counting program bug bounty program, due to receiving too many AI-generated reports. They're also using AI to review bug reports.
Oh!
People can be banned from submitting bug reports if too many invalid reports are filed.
Oh, that's just awful!
This is my Explain iOS 18.
This is just awful!
No wonder why iOS is so buggy if they're getting so many falsified bug reports.
That would probably make a lot of sense!
Because they don't know what's real and what's not. But seriously, using AI to review bug reports? Seriously, Apple?
Oh.
That's partially what's causing the mess of iOS being buggy.
Yes!
And I actually learned about this from Theo Joe of all YouTubers.
Yeah, that's just, that's sad. Just like our next topic.
Isn't Apple Upgrade so moving on to Apple Upgrade now, isn't it more expensive to lease via Apple Upgrade than just buying devices outright and financing them? Or financing them, I should say.
Well, for one, when you use Apple Upgrade, you don't own the phone, so are you technically buying it?
No. Like, why?
I hate everything about this program.
Oh, same. Because I mean, if you don't, I mean, same. Because you can do so. Because there's so many other solutions where if you want to lease something like, if you want to lease a computer, here's the thing that most people don't know. You can use computers at the library, at least at my local library. I'm sure at most public libraries, for free.
And here's another thing too. These prices are not very competitive considering I want to bring up AT&T's upgrade program. I don't know how other carriers might handle this. I only know AT&T's because I'm an AT&T customer. But with AT&T's 3-year contracts, they often will have a deal go on in the later half of an iPhone cycle where you can get a new iPhone for $0 a month. I mean, the latest iPhone for $0 a month. Now, it's not a Pro. If you want the Pro, you have to pay a little more for that. But you can get the new... We're on the 17 series this year, so you could get the new iPhone 17 for $0 a month if you lock in on a 3-year contract with AT&T.
And afterwards,
so,
you keep the phone.
Bingo! Once that contract is up, you can decide whether you want to trade that in and get another free phone, or you can just keep using it if you like it.
Exactly, because here's the thing Apple's missing on, which is that most of the people that are going to be using the Apple Upgrade program are going to be the same type of people to use these carrier deals and to buy their phones from carriers, but also they're going to be the same. But also, I've brought this point up before and I'll bring it up again. The types of average Joes that will be using this are the same types of average Joes that keep their devices for long periods of time anyway.
True. Very true.
The people who are going to be upgrading this frequently are going to be the same people to buy outright.
Yeah. So, if I ignore my problem with the dystopian factor that this brings, if I ignore that, I am still struggling to see who this program is for, because ultimately, again, at least with AT&T, and I'm sure other carriers offer something similar. With AT&T, you lock in on a 3-year contract, you trade in your old phone, and you can get a new one for free.
Oh,
depending on which one you get.
On Apple Watches and iPads for free too.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, or else for not much more.
So when carriers are doing deals like this, it makes you question why go for the leasing program.
Exactly, because carriers will often have deals on iPads and Apple Watches as well, so you don't have to. So you got that part squared away.
Yeah, I mean, here's ultimately what my bill comes down to. My bill is $55 a month. That is including my unlimited data plan and also my screwed up phone payments due to someone completely effing up the trade-in process. Not me. I am very mad about this.
Do you have to pay more now? Every month?
I've always had to pay more.
Oh.
I've been paying more the entire time.
So now we're gonna fix it where we're paying less.
No.
That's illegal technically. Might be. And technically, it's not enough to sue. It's not really enough to make it worth suing over.
Yeah, I mean the problem too is the phone that. The problem is I had both my XS Max and my 13 Pro Max. And I'm also mad at my mother for this because she is the owner of the account. And she told them I was trading in the XS Max, not the 13 Pro Max, and that is why I'm paying more. She told them I traded in the other phone. I traded in the 13 Pro Max because, as we all know, the XS Max is still right here.
So your mom owes you money then.
I will have to have a word with her later if that's the case. But right now, I'm trying to fully figure out who deserves the blame. Because on one hand, I literally handed them a 13 Pro Max. They should have figured it out right there on the spot. That no, an iPhone XS Max was not getting traded in. That was a 13 Pro Max that was handed in. They should have caught that on the spot. But nope. Didn't even think twice. So I have to figure out if the blame officially lies with AT&T or my mom. And I'd really hate to have to ask her to cover what my bill should be because of this. But no, I am really mad. If it's because, and I also made it very clear to my mom which one is getting traded in. I made it very explicitly clear. And somehow this is where we're at. I am genuinely so mad at this. But even with my screwed up pricing, my $55 a month is covering my unlimited data plan along with the actual phone bill itself. What is Apple doing for their leasing program on a 17 Pro Max, since that's the equivalent to my 16 Pro Max?
Let me look it up.
Yeah. I'm actually curious at this point. $17 Pro.
It's
Trade in.
how much storage does your 16 Pro Max have?
It has 256 gigs of storage. And why did my audio go to my speakers again? Okay.
Alright,
Should
so
fix
12
that.
month or 24 month.
How long?
12 or 24 month.
That's gonna be hard for the equivalents because I'm on a 36-month contract. But let's do 24.
Do you pay for AppleCare at all, Matt?
No. No.
I'm furious that they made that a subscription.
Yeah, that's
It's $34.99 a month. Not including carrier costs.
Yeah. Oh, the phone itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, my AT&T deal is still better.
Most carriers offer similar deals that are better. So yeah, no, I would never do this, but then again, I'm not the type of guy to finance my phone, since I just don't.
Yeah, and with the regular 17 lineup, you can get them for free with AT&T. I'm sure Apple's still going to charge you money.
Exactly, so that's not...
So this is still ultimately a bad deal. And that's if you're even ignoring the dystopian factor of this.
Exactly.
Where you will own nothing and be happy. So there's nothing to be happy about with this program. It's for absolutely nobody, and it sucks. So, speaking of companies that suck, though...
OpenAI released a statement regarding their lawsuit with Apple, saying that Apple got all wrong. So, do you want me to read OpenAI's official statement?
Do we have time for that? Because I already read what's practically is an official statement.
Oh,
but go for it. Go for it, I said.
Oh, I don't have it pulled up yet.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is so... What day is this from? August 4th.
Where's the statement?
Statement on lawsuit with Apple. If I find it, I'll send you. It's on OpenAI's website. Okay, so let me forward this to you.
The iPad's right here.
So
let's see, right there. Okay, let's see. So, Apple's one of the greatest companies of all time and built a reputation for obsessing over the smallest details. This careless aggression and oddly personal lawsuit sadly doesn't live up to that reputation.
Apple had claimed that they contacted OpenAI in February and that we didn't respond. They now admit that their outside lawyers emailed the wrong person after confusing two Asian last names, only after we brought this to their attention. Apple also claimed they had a discussion with our general counsel, which they now concede never happened. But they again hide the fact that they never raised a specific allegation in this lawsuit at that time, and that they in fact told us they were resolving any issues. We then heard nothing for 5 months until they sued. In their latest filing, Apple tries just hard to spin their synchronous events, but you can just read the emails for yourself here.
Apple accuses Chang Liu of accessing Apple confidential information after leaving the company. Oh, right, this is over poaching Apple employees, I think.
Yes.
But only now admits that Apple employees reached out to him and asked for help to locate this information. I can read messages here. Yeah, right. Apple now... I almost wonder, who wrote this official statement? Who wrote it? I almost wonder if ChatGPT wrote this.
Maybe.
I mean, this is Scam Altman's company we're talking about here.
Continue reading until the next paragraph.
Oh, do I need to keep reading it?
Oh no, I can keep reading it. Apple now tries to shift the blame to residual access, but they also don't disclose it. This is a common issue with Apple, which is caused by them failing to properly manage system access when people leave. Pretty sure that's not true. What that means in practice is that former employees who are trying to do the right thing when they still leave have access to Apple files, despite not wanting them or even being aware of them. Don't they turn in their stuff to Apple?
Yeah, Apple does have a process where you're supposed to turn your stuff in. In fact, most companies actually do.
Yeah. Apple also accuses Tang of trying to get and use their trade secrets. However, Tang has always been clear to the team that we do not want and must not use any confidential information of other companies. Tang served Apple for more than 24 years and is widely known as one of the most innovative leaders of the company. Not sure.
We wish Apple had raised these issues with us before they filed their lawsuit and would have been happy to clarify all of this with them. We have taken the allegations in the lawsuit seriously and offered to work with Apple to resolve this. Instead, they're trying to change their narrative, including by making vague accusations about other former employees, and will likely keep repeating this tactic.
Apple's request for a preliminary injunction is both based on false information and completely unnecessary because we do not have nor want any of their trade secrets. We're much more interested in building innovative products and technology that push the frontier. And those messages that they show on the page, yeah, those are not real messages.
I'd also like to point out that this is also coming from the company that has publicly admitted to stealing copyrighted content to train their AI models.
Oh, and also, how do we know? And also, wouldn't you, if it's a lawsuit, wouldn't you want to, I don't know, not show the texts and emails to the entire public? Like, if it was really a lawsuit, this is a good point that I'm making now. If it was a real lawsuit, I'm pretty sure the first thing the lawyers tell you is to not directly share any texts or emails or anything like that.
Oh, that is a solid point. That is a very solid point.
That apparently got caught sharing classified military information by U.S. military information by ChatGPT. So, did you hear about that one?
Yep.
Apparently.
Are we surprised? So, yeah, I've got nothing more to say on that.
Yeah, that's
so,
just like, nah. Yeah, you wouldn't be showing real text anyway, but shall we move on to the FCC now?
Yes. What did they ban?
Foreign-produced robots, including robot vacuums and power inverters, specifically the smart ones.
That's a problem. Like, that's even a problem that technically affects me.
They banned new ones.
Yeah, that's still a problem that could affect me in my line of work. Because, let me ask you, what qualifies as a robot?
Oh, right, you work at a shop.
I work with CNC machines.
They have to be granted on a waiver list now, and don't you guys already... So, yeah, that's going to be some interesting...
Yeah, the problem with that is those machines...
I get the national security issues, but at the same time...
Yeah. Yeah, those machines, their parts are not made here in the U.S. In fact, the specific ones that we use, their parts are made in Japan.
I'm guessing they're just trying to get all the... Hopefully they'll be able to get some stuff. A lot of stuff has already gotten waivers, so hopefully the robots with CNC machines will be able to get waivers too.
This is just going to drive their costs up too, which is going to absolutely suck.
Well, that and the Rampocalypse, because of course all these machines.
Oh yeah, that too.
And there's metal, of course.
I mean, thankfully CNC machines don't need that much RAM.
Yeah, they do, but they do use a lot of metal.
They do. A lot of steel, a lot of cast iron. And a lot of copper, too.
Yeah, good point. But, I mean, I get I get, like, you have to take some precautions of national security. Like, I do get it. And I get they're trying to bring everything to the United States.
My question is, are we moving too fast?
I mean, I get that you know who is trying to get this all done before he gets get all the wheels in motion before
Yeah.
he leaves office, because he's only got 4 years left, and who knows if the next president is going to follow suit on this. So he's trying to get the foundation set, so that way it'll keep going. Because again, how do we know what the next president will do? We don't know, but it'll be. I definitely think that his approaches to this are definitely moving fast, but at the same time, he might eventually. I'm not saying he has bad intentions, because he has good intentions. Just that he is a little. We're gonna have to do some adjusting.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'm not against American-made stuff, but the problem is, I think we're doing this too quickly, and as a result, we're just tripping over ourselves.
And of course, the next president that we might not necessarily want could use that as leverage in his campaign to try to sway the American people. To
Yeah, exactly.
Or her, which we all know that's probably not the best.
Yeah.
Because we ultimately do want stuff made in the U.S.
We do.
I
do.
Oh yeah, not to mention that the buildings that you're using for AI data centers. Think of the factories that could. Think if you get all the AI stuff out. Think of the factories that could form.
Oh yeah.
Think of the factories could bring thousands of jobs too. That's another thing. Also, we've got lots of abandoned factories in Gary, Indiana. That could probably be reworked with enough finance.
Well, Gary, Indiana is not necessarily the nicest neighborhood to live in.
Yeah, maybe not them, but I mean, the AI data centers is again.
I mean, I do have a nickname for Chicago for a very good reason.
Let's not go there.
No, yeah, we're not. I still really don't understand why people choose to live there. It's just an awful place. But nonetheless,
didn't somebody
that's
didn't one of your employees leave the UP to go to Chicago?
Yep.
The UP's not that bad.
Then again, that employee also drove a Subaru, so if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
Let's go to scams now.
Yeah. What's oh yeah, scams. So we got scam emails that claim that cloud storage is full, subscriptions are about to expire, jewelry store is closing down. What the heck? And will give away the remaining your curses in my stock for free if victim pays absurdly high shipping fee. Inflatable motorized suit claiming to turn a person into a...
It's exactly how it sounds. So...
This is like if AI came up with an idea on how to scam people.
So the scam emails about cloud storage being full and subscriptions are about to expire. They're the classic spam emails, like they're like basic phishing links. Jewelry store closing down will give away remaining stock for free if victim pays an absurdly high shipping fee. Basically, drop the shipping scam or else you get nothing. But the inflatable motorized suit claiming to turn a person into a boat is a total scam. But there's lots of ads in social media that will show us that basically it's a suit that you put on your body that claims to have enough so that way you can float, despite obviously having a hole around your neck so that way you can breathe.
Have people forgotten that they are technically ever so slightly less dense than water?
I watched a Tom Trim's video online, and he explained that you couldn't physically breathe in that suit, and enough suit enough to float in water. So
no, I'm seriously asking: do people just forget that us humans are literally ever so slightly less dense than water? Meaning, we float on the water as is.
That is a valid point.
Seriously, all you have to do, spread yourself out like this, lie on your back, and you're good. You're floating. Even an overweight person like me can do it.
I
So
don't know that, actually.
that's why I am just so discombobulated by this
I knew
stupid
that-
boat thing.
I knew that boat thing was a scam.
It's just
Because,
stupid.
Like, I just knew that that probably couldn't work, but no. Shall I move on to the side phone, which Mr. Noble covered?
What is the side phone?
So it's one of those secondary phones claiming to recover phone addiction, like the light phone and all that. It costs $300 and has like a little modular numpad thing you can swap out for some other modular things, like a game controller type thing.
Oh, a phone that's trying to break phone addiction and yet it has a game controller on it? How ironic is that?
Good point.
No, I think at this, yeah, the price is, I don't know what to feel about the price, but just in general, whenever somebody markets, this is to help break your phone, I think the majority of us have figured out this is all BS at this point.
Yeah, we have figured out that it's all bull. And also, if you're addicted to your phone, then you need to stop using your phone, period, not buy a second one.
Yeah.
Or you could even go to you can't go to rehab centers if you're too addicted to your phone.
Yeah, this is, if you have a phone addiction problem, this isn't one of the solutions where you can pull a technology connections and just use the magic of buying 2 of them.
That's not how you solve phone addiction. You don't solve phone addiction by buying. How many iPhones do I have now?
I don't know.
Do you know how many iPhones I have? Let me count them.
If I had to guess, probably still less than your cats.
No, I have more iPhones. I have way more iPhones than I have cats.
Uh-huh.
I have way more. I don't have that many cats anymore, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. I have 49 iPhones.
Wow, Teddy, it sounds like you have a phone addiction. Maybe you should buy another one to break it.
Oh, that's not including all my iPhones that aren't Apple. I don't use my phone that often, though, so...
And that's not even including your Androids.
Yes.
So,
I don't really use my Androids that much, but yes, that's... Shall we move on to the next topic? That's some sad news.
This is bad!
Google's decided to discontinue Google Assistant for mobile devices to make Gemini a default. Google Assistant was actually good. Gemini? No.
Well, there's one less reason to get an Android phone, because now you can't use Google Assistant when you're trying to text someone with Android Auto.
Yeah, when you can't use... Even Siri still works in its basic form, I think.
Yes!
So you can use... That's a good point, because of course now all of us know this AI BS doesn't work, but... Oh, and also on iOS is now powered by Gemini, too. Shall we move on to the latest Windows update?
I will have to monitor this closely because I have a Dell PC. But supposedly, the latest Windows update is making Dell PCs overheat, perform poorly, and shut down... Well, what Windows update hasn't done that? And shut down unexpectedly. Microsoft warned users not to install the update on affected PC... So the PCs have to be affected by this problem first, and what?
And they
What? This isn't making sense.
Microsoft warned users not to install the updates on affected PCs, and they blocked it on impacted PCs.
How do they block it if it's already installed?
No,
That makes no sense.
They blocked it if you haven't installed it.
Uh-huh. So I probably have.
Do it.
I probably have. So I'll have to see if my XPS just black screens into death repeatedly.
Because they got rid of the blue screen of death.
Yeah.
Because too many people were getting it, but there's actually a silver lining to all this. They blocked LG monitors from automatically installing adware.
Hey, that's finally fixed. Not sure why it was broken in the first place. Or Linux. So, yeah, that's bizarre. So I'll have to monitor this with my XPS.
Alright, and shall we move on to NVIDIA now?
Oh, great. What is it this time?
An NVIDIA employee was detained over a chip smuggling probe.
But that doesn't make sense, because according to NVIDIA, nobody's smuggling GPUs into China. There's no black market of GPUs being smuggled into China, according to NVIDIA's oh so wonderfully awesome Jensen Huang.
Yeah, that sounds like bull, but shall I move on to a company run by his cousin? Yes, I'm dead serious. The CEO of NVIDIA and the CEO of AMD are actually cousins. They're not...
Really?
They are distant cousins, yes.
I'll have to look at that family tree. No wonder why they're just as crappy human beings together.
They didn't meet each other. They're distant enough where they didn't meet each other until later on in their careers. But yes.
That is crazy. So, all right, what did AMD and Lisa Su do this time?
So AMD's new GPU, which is the RTX 9050, is specs equivalent to 2010 through 2015 GPUs.
I think you mean RX 9050.
Probably do.
Yeah, because AMD doesn't do the RTX; they do RX. So, but that's bad. That's actually pretty bad.
Why not just use a really old laptop from that time period to maybe get Windows 7?
At that point, just use the integrated graphics on your CPU.
But
so,
shall we move on to
that's
now?
terrible. So some framework laptops, specifically with orders for 64... Oh, I remember this. Specifically with orders for 64 gigs of RAM, shipping with half the RAM that customers order due to RAM prices being too high.
Okay, framework. I get that you have a business to run, but you have to ship what you ordered. And granted,
that's the thing. Once the order is placed, there's effectively a contract between the buyer and the seller, and at that point, the seller has to honor the deal.
At that point, that's enough money to be considered a felony just with one.
Yeah, look, I mean, I get it. I understand memory right now is a problem.
And you have to make it sustainable, but they could just fix that via price hikes for future customers and compensate that way for the customers.
Yes.
The orders for.
I want to bring up an example where a lot of customers weren't happy about this, but ultimately this company did do the right thing. It's when Rivian initially launched the R1T. Towards getting ready to launch the truck, they had risen their prices. I'm trying to remember, was it $10,000 or $20,000? It was something really high. And they had to do it just because costs. I mean, ultimately, those vehicles still really never became profitable for Rivian. They have always taken losses on that. So I understood, yes, they need to raise their prices so they don't just completely lose their butts over it. But at the same time, like, there are reservation holders, and they've locked in their pricing. So ultimately, Rivian did honor the early reservation holders' pricing. So if you reserve your R1T early, you got it for that price that you had reserved it for. Anyone else who ordered after that had to pay the new pricing. So my problem with what Framework did is this isn't just applying to people who are just putting in new orders. No, this is for orders that are currently existing. The contract's been done. You have an agreement that this product is being sold for this price. You can't modify that. You can't do that.
And Framework's still kind of a small company as well. So if they get lawsuits about this,
which legitimately I do think they could get. The question is, would the community do that to them?
Because Framework could get a lawsuit for this, and they're a smaller company. Like, a lawsuit about this type of thing, like if Apple had this type of lawsuit, it would be the equivalent of a slap on the wrist. If Framework has this kind of lawsuit, it could be like
that's closing up shop.
Or closing up shop.
That would probably cause them to close up shop.
Which again, just do.
So, Framework, if you're watching this, which given the amount of traction this show gets, I highly doubt it. But if you're watching this, I strongly recommend you honor your initial sales. New sales going forward, fine. But any sales that have previously existed, I would honor those and not risk getting any lawsuits.
Exactly, because, and speaking of, if you want to help the show get more traction, maybe reach out to Framework. Share it, help us get more traction so we can help pay our bills.
That would be appreciated very much.
Yes,
so.
Because we currently don't make money off of this. But Sean, speaking of money, Sean, we want to X money.
Oh gosh, no.
So Elon Musk has finally launched a money exchange program with Twitter called X Money, and it's only available in the U.S. It's basically just a Visa card, and it's not licensed to work in New York and Massachusetts.
So why bother? If you can't use it anywhere, if you can't use it everywhere, then why bother?
At least we know scammers won't be using it for the most part because there's very few domestic scammers.
Yeah, this is stupid.
No one is going to use this. Elon Musk already created a company 20 years ago back before he got a hair transplant, that people use now. It's called PayPal. Also, I just find these money exchange services to be kind of dumb personally. I got just handing people cash.
They already have this. Why do we need more? Also, I have another thing to gripe about in the credit card space. And I legitimately cannot believe this somehow actually happened and the FTC did not get on someone's you-know-what about it. But, where's my wallet? Now the logo's gone from it at this point, but this is my Discover card. My Discover credit card. Guess who just bought Discover? Which, by the way, is a big credit card company.
PayPal.
Capital One. Yes,
What
you
the-
heard me right.
That's antitrust!
This is why I am saying I am so shocked that the FTC is not on Capital One's behind over this.
How the... I'm sorry, this is just no. No. This is insane.
For those of you who know nothing about credit cards, I'll clue you in here. This is the equivalent to Apple buying out Google. That's how big we're talking here.
You spent so much time, the U.S. government spent so much time on antitrust lawsuits with Apple when they should be focusing on this and T-Mobile too. No, right now they should be focusing on this and then T-Mobile.
Yeah, I personally have not been happy with particularly a lot of the sectors Capital One has gotten into. They've gotten into a similar sector that Honey was in for a while.
Are we going to keep using Discover or not?
Well, I have the card, so ultimately I don't know. Because I do get benefits. Right now, I am saving a lot of money on gas because I'm getting 5% cash back at gas stations, which, given what's going on, especially around here when it comes to fuel prices, my goodness, is that useful, and that is a much better deal than if I were to use the Apple Card. But I've also discovered there are some payment terminals that don't accept the Apple Card. Particularly the, oh, thank goodness, this one gas... It used to be the Shell gas station. It's gone. Shell's gone. So I can go to there now and actually get cheaper pricing. In fact, that's actually where I go to fuel up the GMC because, my goodness, that thing is stupid expensive to fuel. But for whatever reason, it just does not take the Apple Card. I don't know why, but it will take the Discover. So I do find it handy to have more than one credit card, not to rack them up, but just so that way if you need to pay for something, hey, if for whatever reason this card's not working, can always try another one. So, yeah, it's still useful to have it, but I don't know. I'm not personally a fan of a lot of Capital One's business practices, and I am very upset that Discover was bought out by them. Because Discover was actually very good towards the consumer. When I had my problem with Extended Stay America, was Discover on it. And they fixed it.
Good thing I don't use credit cards, and I instead have to deal with my crappy local bank with my debit card.
Yep, there are still gas stations around here that still don't accept debit cards.
That's so odd. Because like basically every gas station down where I am accepts debit cards.
Because, yeah, the one that I just mentioned, where I fill the GMC, yep, they still don't accept debit cards. Any Circle K in our area that was previously a Holiday gas station, they still don't accept debit cards.
That's odd, 'cause the Circle K where I am accepts debit. Like, it accepts my card just fine.
Yeah,
In fact,
not the Circle K's up here.
In fact, I can even use my debit card at my local Exxon and pay at the pump with that.
Yeah, you can't do that here. I'm almost wondering if it's a state thing, though.
Can you use your debit card on the Native American reservation up in the UP at that gas station?
Oh, solid point.
Because they're probably exempt from those. They would be because they're probably.
Yes. Yes. When I had bought Stardust, I didn't have a credit card just yet. I used my debit card. at the pump.
Hold up. I don't... That's a good point that you make, because I don't... When you go to other states, I'm guessing you... is it immediately once you cross the line into Wisconsin that you can start... Or Ohio or Indiana that you can start...
Well, the thing is, I didn't really start road tripping by myself that much until after I got the credit card. Primarily because up here, I was so used to... The pumps never take my debit card, so I don't want to get stranded anywhere because I can't pay for my fuel. So I didn't really start going on road trips by myself until after I got my first credit card. And when I would... most of the time it was my parents were paying for the fuel at the time. But now that I have my own credit card... Actually, my parents, if they come with me, they will split the fuel bill on road trips. And if I go by myself, then I'm paying for everything. But I always use the credit card because, to me, I just want to get going. I don't want to deal with stupidity. I'm already on the road for hours at a time. I don't have the patience to deal with, nope, your card's not going to be accepted for whatever stupid reason.
No, I totally get that. I totally get that. That's honestly why I prefer using debit cards, because for me, I just find it so much easier than using a credit card.
Yeah.
I just don't think the benefits they can get out of a credit card, like cashback. I just don't find that. Which, by the way, I do get lots of notifications in the Apple Wallet now telling me to apply for Apple Card.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get a credit card because I just don't find the cashback benefits to outweigh the... Oh, you gotta remember to pay money.
Yeah, I mean, Discover and the Apple Card are very good at notifying you when it's time to pay.
Yeah.
And they make it very easy, too.
That's also more notifications, though, so it's just like... maybe on this.
True.
Sean,
But yeah, if you were living up here in my situation, I think you'd think a little differently about... the credit card thing, because you will struggle to pay for fuel up here if you don't have a credit card.
Yeah,
as stupid as that is.
No, I totally get. That's why I usually. Yeah, and for anything that I can't afford with and even when I'm an adult, for everything that I can't afford by just my debit card, I'll get financing from the bank. So.
All right. That's all I have to say on the credit card stuff.
How about Snapchat now?
What did Snapchat do?
So Snapchat Spotlight is making entirely AI-generated content no longer eligible for distribution.
Oh, so they're banning AI-generated content. Good! I love to hear this type of news.
Yeah, same. I like it. I don't know if it's entirely, but yeah, it's great news after the Snapchat Spectacles, the new ones. But,
wait. Oh, am I reading this topic right?
Yes!
Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up video was removed from YouTube due to somehow violating the community guidelines. What?
Let me see if it's back up now. But yeah. No, that was... I was just listening to that song yesterday, actually. But, okay, it was back now.
How did it get struck down?
It's been up for so many years. It's an 80s song, for crying out loud.
AI at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Taking down the most...
That has to be it. There is no way a human manually reviewed that and said, yes, this video has to be taken down.
Exactly. I can see other AI might think that was a video that was inappropriately using the song, which is how come it was taken down, but which is how come it took down. But yeah, no human would do that.
It's kind of like AI isn't really that intelligent or something.
Exactly. It's almost as if real artificial intelligence is the opposite of what AI claims to be. But, shall we move on to some more artificial intelligence of YouTube now?
All right.
Helping us get blacklisted. But, External links are no longer working on some YouTube videos' descriptions.
Yeah, they're going... there's a reason why. It's because some will put in their linked scams in the comments saying, like, if you're doing a product review, oh, here's a link to find the product. Or... So, there's some scam tactics that are used to throw those in. And I discovered, particularly with the Linux video, I got a couple of those comments in there, and they were immediately red flagged.
No, this is descriptions, not comments. Descriptions.
Descriptions?
Yeah. So, like, let's say for my downgraded tutorials, because this is where I get the most idiot awards from, on my downgraded Java tutorial. That means that if this goes through for everyone on YouTube, you won't just be able to click those links, the links I provide in the description, and you'll instead have to manually copy them and paste them, like a caveman.
More AI goodness?
It's only on some YouTube videos descriptions too, so it's like weird how it works. But yeah, no.
That is bizarre.
I'm praying that this does not go through because this will so negatively impact my channel. I'm gonna get so many and I know I'm gonna get so many comments flooding my downrated jail tutorials showing on this popular video saying, "Hey, your links aren't working." I know I would get those if this happens. So please, YouTube, don't. Please save some time from. Well, actually, no, wait, that would boost my engagement, so I don't know which.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks.
I'll just waste my time, though, but, anyway, so. Moving on to Logitech. Logitech is making all their mice have replaceable batteries, only in the EU to comply with regulations.
I don't think I like that, because then that means their mice are going to lose something kind of valuable on them. USB-C. So particularly, I believe it's with their MX Master, or just their MX line in general. Those are the mice that don't have removable batteries. Instead, you charge them via USB-C. But that port does double duty. That's not the only way it's not just for charging the mouse. You can also physically plug it into a computer as well via the Type-C connection. Because unlike the Magic Mouse, now this is a fair criticism with the Magic Mouse, the port's on the bottom of the Magic Mouse, so you can't put a cable there. But on Logitech mice, it's actually on the front. So you can still have a cable there and use it while it's charging. But you can also control a computer using that wired connection.
I should point out this is just for the batteries themselves. Like, this is like making the batteries user replaceable, like on old Android phones.
Where are you going to find those batteries, though? Because they're highly likely to be kind of proprietary.
That too. Like, it's not. And of course, these are mice we're talking about. If people buy a dedicated mouse, they might use them for a long time.
Yeah, I just don't know how to feel about that. Other than, the EU can still go suck one. They've been able to go suck one for how many years now?
I mean, I get user replaceable batteries on mice are great, but it's just that they have to be. The options do exist though if you want a user replaceable battery. Like, Logitech has their cheaper mice where the batteries are user replaceable. And
I mean, that's...
And those are common.
This mouse right here is a Logitech mouse.
And that's a common battery format, too, that'll probably keep going on for years and years, so you'll be easily able to buy a replaceable battery, whereas you can't say the same on their higher-end mice.
Yeah, because especially with USB-C... USB-C is a 5-volt standard, unless you go PD, but PD would not apply in this case. So USB-C is based on a 5-volt standard, but this battery is not 5 volts. This battery is less than 5 volts. fact, does it actually state which volt? I can't remember exactly which voltage is it. Oh, it says on the mouse, 1.5 volts. So, yeah, that means if these type of mice with the removable AA batteries, USB-C can't charge those because the voltage is too high. You're going to fry the battery if you do. So.
There's a reason why all those types of common batteries have dedicated. You have to charge them via dedicated chargers.
Yeah. So.
But shall move on to the Ferrari Luce now.
How did this thing sell out for 2026?
The Ferrari Luce sold out its 2026 allocation of around 500 units. How?
And this is like... Okay. Gosh, I'm going to butcher this name. The Parasangue? Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it. It's Ferrari's SUV. That was pretty dumped on, given the prestige of the Ferrari brand. The Luce had to top that. And it didn't top it by a little. It topped it by a lot. I legitimately cannot think of a single person out there who claimed that this was a good idea. So the fact that they somehow managed to sell out of their allocation of 500 units...
It's probably because it's a limited edition, so collectors want to get their hands on them because they know they'll discontinue Luce and then they'll be worth money.
But what electric cars hold their value? There isn't a single electric car that's held its value. They've all plummeted.
Good
and it's
point.
not by a little, it's by a lot. The Tesla Model S Plaid back in the day used to cost $150,000. The Model S Plaid, $150,000. Do you want to know what those same cars are worth today?
How much?
$40,000 to $50,000.
Now, if you're buying one used, that's actually a great deal.
That's actually a steal, not gonna lie.
That's like buying a BMW car for half off.
This one is literally for over 66% off.
Oh my gosh, why? Why do I want to buy a used Model S Plaid so badly now? Just once I get a job. Why do I want one now?
I'd go for a long range myself, not the Plaid, but...
Oh no, I do Plaid, because I don't care about range. I care about performance.
True. I mean, you drive a Mercedes AMG knockoff, so...
Yeah.
Safe to say, given the cars that I drive, they don't even compare to the performance of that Mercedes.
Yeah, I also don't do road trips quite as often as you do because all the family that I realistically see on a regular basis, like even an annual basis, they're all for the most part all close by.
And it helps that you're not 3 hours from your closest interstate.
Yeah, so that too. I'm like 5 to 10 minutes, depending, or like I'm like 10 minutes away from my closest interstates. But yeah, no, But yeah, that's a good point. But and my plan eventually with my career is another advantage of doing trades is that unlike with corporate jobs, a lot of times you don't really have to move with the trades because you can do them anywhere. Meaning that if you want to stay close to your family, you can.
You want to go live somewhere with a climate that you think is better? Go for it. Just don't come here. Especially in the winter time, because it sucks here.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the...
game.
Yeah. I just... I don't know why you'd want to collect this car. It's already considered at this point to be the least desirable Ferrari amongst the... even non-Ferrari people think this is ridiculous.
I don't know, but shall we move on to a bad topic with BMW? So BMW is placing full-screen ads for the new Spider-Man film on cars from 2020 and newer on systems 7 through 10, infotainment systems, claims that this is a one-time movie partnership after claiming they would never put ads in their cars. BMW, no, and car companies, no, do not do this, or else we will jailbreak our automotive infotainment systems.
I almost have to question if this violates any laws of distracted driving. You are literally trying to distract the driver on purpose.
BMW could literally get hammered for this by many countries.
They should be fined for this.
Because BMW is big in so many countries. And of course, it's a BMW. Like, if there's any drivers who don't want to distract, it's BMW drivers. They already don't use their turn signals, and they already go way too fast. Now you need them distracted too? That's almost as bad as letting semi-trucks drive through your downtown. Or semi-trucks driving through downtown without reading the sign saying not to. Definitely not what happens where I live. I'm dead serious. That's how it happens where I live.
Yep. So, it's a good thing I never really liked BMWs. I really don't.
It's a good thing
they look hideous.
It's a good thing that Dad's BMW is too old. Although if my dad gets another one, he's gonna have a fun time.
No, yeah, I really don't like BMWs. I don't like their styling. I don't like a lot of their design decisions, and then just the general culture. I am very much not a BMW guy. And so
I like BMWs, but then again, I was raised in BMWs a little bit, so
yeah, you give me a Mercedes, okay, now we're talking. A Porsche, same deal.
Well, it's because with BMW, you think of fast drivers that don't use their turn signals.
Yeah.
With Mercedes, you think only luxury.
Yeah, Mercedes is status. And usually it's... The usual status if you show up in a Mercedes is you're the guy who can fire your dad. Or is that Rolls-Royce? That might be Rolls-Royce. Nonetheless, though...
Rolls-Royce is owned by BMW, of course, too, I believe.
Yeah. Although Rolls-Royce is actually... Rolls-Royce is more appealing to me than BMW.
Oh my gosh. Rolls-Royce customers are going to be livid if they find this out. Because BMWs are already expensive enough, but imagine...
Rolls-Royces are built on the same infotainment technology!
If you do this in a Rolls-Royce, that will be... Rolls-Royce customers have the money to sue BMW. Rolls-Royce customers have the money to sue BMW in their free time. I mean, a lot of BMW customers also have the money to sue Rolls-Royce, to sue them in their free time too. But Rolls-Royce customers, yeah, they have all the... You know they have the money and time to sue, sue BMW.
Oh my goodness.
Sean
Imagine if they did that in a Rolls-Royce Phantom. I'd be livid.
Sean wants to go.
Yes, so we do have some good news this time, and it's in the charging industry. EVgo's been kind of, I don't know. They haven't been doing all that much other than putting in expensive to charge at chargers and pilot flying J's. So they're changing up their strategy a little bit, and it looks like they're getting into Tesla's Supercharger for Business program, and they're buying Tesla Superchargers and putting them in the ground.
Finally, fixing the infrastructure so that we can actually reliably do road trips. So that way EVs can be as EV charging stations can be as common as gas stations.
And as far as I can tell, I think the cabinets that EVgo wants to put in, I think they're true V4 cabinets. Which means 1,000-volt support, baby!
You can charge a Cybertruck finally!
You can charge the Cybertruck at 500 kilowatts!
Which, how...
Even if it's only for 5 seconds. Because that truck charges so badly.
Even though the Cybertruck, honestly, how is the Cybertruck still here if the Model S and X are not?
I genuinely don't know. I really don't.
Exactly, but Sean wants to the rumors now.
Alright, rumor territory. What is the iPhone 18 Pro rumored about this time?
Larger vapor chamber. It's going to have a larger vapor chamber, so that way the teenagers that buy it can use them in the bathrooms to hog up the bathrooms for students that actually want to use it. I'm kidding, of course. This is for cooling.
No, I kind of wish... I hate how realistic that example is, though. Let's just say the bathrooms in this house have kind of become little internet cafes.
Oh, trust me. Back when my dad was still living here, the restroom did become an internet cafe. Don't worry.
Yep. So that's probably what they're going to be most taken advantage of for. So, but cool. More cooling performance. Cool.
I mean, once again, this is conservative.
No pun intended.
Because there's more water in them, which in 20 years it could. I'm worried about leaking out, but like on those Power Mac G5s. But that's a problem for me 20 years from now when I'll probably have kids. Well, hopefully we'll have kids.
Mm-hmm.
But shall we move on to some more excellent rumor?
Are you serious? Is the next iPhone event to be in person?
There's a rumor that it will be.
They're asking retail employees to enter a lottery to work a keynote. I suppose they lost a lot of their execs recently. So
yes, apparently the next iPhone event might be in person, which I mean, it's finally.
Oh, that's right. John Turnus is stepping in now.
I mean, it makes sense because I mean, they built the expensive Steve Jobs theater and barely used it, and also you got all of Apple's competitors. Like the pandemic is long since gone at this point. All of Apple's competitors have returned to live events. And so yeah, it makes sense. Apple really needs to get back to in-person events. So yeah, I'm really glad to see this coming back. But shall we move on to our final topic?
Ah, yes. The iPad Mini 8, rumored with the A19 Pro chip, a 60 Hz display, and did we cover water resistance at one point?
Yeah, we did already.
Okay, just checking.
A19 Pro chip, alright. 60 Hz, alright.
Again, I just... Even the lower end iPads, they're suffering from the exact same problem the iPad Pro has.
Yes.
The problem's the price.
That my school district, I think, just had to deal with. Which means
my
tax dollars had to deal with it.
Well, I'm not even just talking about the Rampocalypse. I'm just talking about the price in general.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, even Rampocalypse aside, it's still not reasonably priced.
No, it's not the best price, but in other news, we're out of topics.
We are out of topics. Whatever shall we do? Can this fan spin any faster? It's roasting in here.
Get air conditioning, Alpha. Get air conditioning for those 3 days that you need it, or a fan, or a proper ceiling fan. That's what I meant to say.
The ceiling's not high enough for a proper ceiling fan. This is 7-foot ceiling. It's usually recommended you have an 8-foot ceiling if you install a ceiling fan, because if you ever have somebody who is in the 1% of super tall people, it could smack people's heads.
Valid point, because I mean, I'm sure you know somebody who's almost 7 feet, or who's above like 6'4".
So, yeah, I think there's something against that. But yeah, the biggest problem is it's a 7-foot ceiling. So
Shaquille O'Neal can't fit in your room
yeah, probably not.
because he's 7'3".
Yep, he'd probably have to duck. I'm trying to remember that one tall person I saw at my church once. He was well over 7 feet. He was probably like 7'5" or 7'6" or something. He was crazy tall.
There was one college basketball player who was 7'9".
That is insane.
The tallest one my relatives have ever had, and this is way back, is like 6'9". Maybe I'll get to have a kid that's 6'9". Maybe. But then he'd be taller than me, because I know I'm not getting that tall. I still have a few more years where I could grow left, but I know I'm not going to get to 6'9".
I stopped at 5'8".
And your son would likely be taller than you, if I had to guess, if your father's genes come through.
Not sure, because I got a lot of my mom's. I got a lot of my mom's genes.
You can get grandparents. Sometimes they skip a generation. If you see my dad in person, I'm built completely different than him.
Mm-hmm.
Because believe it or not, my dad was actually small in school. And I think it's safe to say that I'm not small.
Yeah.
Because I'm built very similar to my mother's father, who was 6'4", so hopefully I'll get at least to that. But I'm 6'1", so...
But, yeah, I do miss having a ceiling fan. It's just the ceiling's too low for one. Yeah, what is the temperature? 76 degrees outside, so that probably means... Where's my thermostat at?
It's 81 degrees where I am right now.
Keep in mind, I'm in an attic, so it traps more... Oh, we're not even on the scale! We're not even on the scale of the thermostat.
UP thermostats, man.
Thermostat caps out at 80. We're above 80 degrees in here.
That sounds hot.
Yep. Whew. I really don't know what else to talk about.
Let's see what else to talk about. It's gotta be something.
I mentioned Stardust Breaks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just checking.
This is the last episode I'm recording before I start my final year of high school.
Isn't that exciting?
You're probably not. You graduated high school years ago, so.
Yep.
Because we are pretty far apart in age.
I still can't believe what you guessed my age out the first time you guessed my age. That was... 5 years ago, I think that happened.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's been a while.
That was 4
We've
years
been doing this
ago.
show for quite a long time.
It was 4 years ago that I guessed your age, but my mom guessed that back in 2021 you were like 15 or 16.
In 2021, I was...
You don't say it because I don't want to have to cut this part out.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember for my own sanity's sake.
I'll tell you how old you were in 2021.
Oh, yep, I remember. I remember now. Yep, I remember. So
it was a video from 2020 that she saw, but yeah, so was you old at that time. But yeah, she guessed that you were. Yeah, my mom and I had vastly different thoughts of how old you were. I mean, especially when you made that video of. Actually, never mind. I can't say anymore. But I mean, you knew my age, I think, from the get-go.
well, you had advertised it in one of your videos, I think, at one point.
Oh, yeah, that too. I mean, also, you've been watching my videos for long enough you saw my voice get deep.
Yeah, I was there to witness the drop.
Yeah, you were there to witness that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bet you most of my audience that wasn't there for that does probably. I wonder if people that don't know my channel very well, I wonder how old they think I am just by watching one of the videos where I don't mention my age.
Yeah, most people think I'm a lot younger than I actually am now. It used to be the opposite. Most people thought I was older than I was, but now people think I'm younger than I am. I am not a teenager anymore. I am into my 20s at this point. So, the question is, how far am I into my 20s?
And yet your dad still asks you to get a fridge from the beer.
How many months ago was that?
I don't know.
That was July. No, June. End of June. That's when it happened.
Had he been drinking at that point?
No, I don't drink.
Or I meant had he?
Oh, no, he was just straight up exhausted. Because we went to work that day. We worked the majority of the day, and then we left for Petoskey the same day. So he was tired.
Getting a beer from the fridge. No, getting a fridge from the beer.
Getting a fridge from the beer.
You should have just tried to lift the entire fridge, or else you should have brought. If you have a mini fridge, you should have just brought that to him.
Well, he asked my little sister to get a fridge from the beer. So I don't know if my sister could have picked it up. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I don't even think I could lift a fridge that well, but without a dolly, but.
I don't think so either. I don't think most people can lift a fridge.
No.
We still have to fix ours.
Is there more wrong than just the ice maker?
No, it's still the ice maker. It's just the ice maker. There's a leak in it somewhere, and it freezes and gets all over stuff, and so we haven't used... we had to disconnect the water from the fridge itself. So the water dispenser doesn't even work on it, which drives me nuts. I mean, at this point, it took me 1.5 years to finally adapt to, nope, you can't get water from the dispenser on the freezer anymore. You have to go to the sink. Took me 1.5 years to get used to that. But so when you get people come over, you have to remind them, oh yeah, we unplugged the water because it's leaking somewhere. So yeah, it's really just a matter of getting a new hose and fixing it.
I don't use our new fridge that we just got, I think, sometime this year. It does have a water dispenser, but the problem is that, again, I live in an old house. There is no water hookup to the refrigerator yet, so we have to get that before we can use the water. But at my grandmother's house, which does have a working water dispenser. The reason why I never use that is because I generally use their tall thermoses that don't fit in that. So.
Yep. Yeah, we actually had to. This house didn't initially have plumbing for the fridge area either. Because the fridge that was actually in the house when we got here, that didn't have a water dispenser or an ice maker or anything like that. So we actually had to plumb a line to the fridge cavity when we got our fridge.
Yeah, I just use a... Yeah, I don't... We also... That means, because it's not hooked up yet, although my mom's fan, we keep them all in the kitchen, so that way we can get that worked around. We have to use the ice maker... Or we can't even use the ice maker, so we have to... So, my mom bought a separate ice making machine to use, but because I got so sick of that, I finally just bought ice trays, which my mom still isn't entirely fond of, but it's what I prefer, and I'm the one who gets the most ice, so...
I always hate using ice trays because I feel like I'm going to break them.
I don't...
Because you have to twist them to break the ice loose from the plastic.
It's just what I do, so, I mean, Again, when you have summers like I do...
Yeah, I know, it's necessary. And when you don't have AC like I do, it's still also necessary. So, yeah, having a water dispenser would be really nice on the fridge again.
Especially because I'm assuming you don't have you don't use thermos like I do, so you just use glasses, which should fit in that perfectly.
Yeah, I don't use thermoses that often, and even when I do, it's for tea. And there ain't no tea coming out the fridge.
You should get tea coming out. Wait a second. I have an idea for a modification you can make to the fridge.
Oh.
You could actually get some pretty good content out of this. Hear me out.
Iced tea?
No, I was just thinking you could get tea out of the fridge. Oh my god. Iced tea out of the fridge. I doubt your parents would let you do that, but...
Oh, absolutely not. They would never let me touch that. But wow, would that be awesome.
It's like how a certain somebody has all the dispensers set to dispense Diet Coke. Now,
that stuff's nasty.
Yeah, I don't like Diet Coke. My mom drinks like 6 to 8 cans a day. I'm serious.
Okay. She's gonna wind up like my grandpa if she continues that.
What happened to your grandpa?
He's got some kidney issues.
Oh! Yeah, my mom's had lots of teeth issues as well. Oh, and I forgot to mention that her father drank diet soda, and we don't know what entirely caused it, but he got seizures and went legally blind. Because diet soda is known for causing seizures.
I hate that they've rebranded it as zero sugar to try to make it appear healthier, when in reality it's just worse for you.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it doesn't have sugar, but what do you think they replaced it with?
Anything that claims to be most of the time, anything that claims to be a healthier alternative, something usually isn't. Like diet soda is never healthier than regular soda.
The only time I have found something branded as zero sugar to actually be healthy is zero sugar body armor. Because they don't use aspartame like every other diet or zero sugar advertised drink. Body armor uses stevia.
I mean, stevia is not even good for you, though.
It's a heck of a lot better.
No, it's not.
I mean, pop in general's not good for you.
I sent you a link to. I'm pretty sure I sent you a link to a study years ago of stevia causing heart issues. So, from a doctor. So, stevia is not good for you either. But yeah, no, that's a good. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not saying that sugar is healthy, but like anything that claims to be a healthier alternative isn't.
Well, I mean, also, when you think about it, technically living in general is bad for your health. When you think about it, apples and oranges, don't they contain a little bit of cyanide?
True.
And people have also measured radiation from bananas. I'd like to point out.
I mean, potatoes have electric current in them.
True. Then I'm also curious about those articles that say tomatoes are no longer good for you or something like that. Now, genetically modified ones? Okay, maybe there's merit to that.
Oh yeah, GMO tomatoes, definitely, but not regular
Yeah.
tomatoes.
So, I don't know. I don't trust any medical stuff anymore because these days it's full of conflicting information, and I don't trust the people, especially if they are American doctors, because a lot of them these days are there for the paycheck and they really don't give a crap about you. But that's just me. They're there to hose as much money out of you as possible, and no, the answer is not to go to a social health care system.
No, it's not.
We've seen how it's failing in other countries right now.
Oh, yes. I'm sure you're aware of how it's working out in Canada.
And Italy. Did I tell this story before? But there's this Italian bassist, very famous on YouTube, goes by Davey504. He's actually leaving Italy. I don't know if he's left yet or not, but he made a video saying that as much as he loved his home country of Italy, he is leaving because he has a health condition that the social health care system can't fix. So he's paying taxes for their socialist health care and also paying for his own medical problem out of his pocket.
Where's he moving to now?
I don't know, and I don't think he knows exactly either. I don't think it's America, though.
Darn it.
I don't think it's America. I found that it seems like when a lot of people are leaving Europe, they tend to head towards Asia, actually. Either Korea, some are crazy enough to go to China. But that's what I'm seeing. If people are leaving Europe, it's not to come to America. It's
Not like
and
in
that's
the old
that.
day.
Well, it's also because they spread a lot of misinformation about American culture there, and
That too.
yeah, so a lot of
Like most Europeans expect Americans to always be walking around in cowboy boots and cowboy hats.
yeah, I mean the amount of people who came to the U.S. for the World FIFA Cup, I think it was.
Yeah.
It's either that or the Olympics. I don't remember.
Said that was
Those
very
Europeans
different.
were so shocked at
How different Americans were compared to the stereotype.
yeah, they weren't expecting our culture to be the way it was. They were told that, oh, everything is so much worse over here because we don't have socialized healthcare or various other stuff. Only to come here and be very shocked that we're actually doing just fine, aside from the crazy money mismanagement that's going on in the government's pockets and big tech corporations right now. But no, in terms of like general culture, they've just been taught that American culture is. I don't know the best word to describe it, but because toxic is not the right word.
I mean, it's probably because a lot of Europeans also. I mean, think about it. England, France, and Spain would probably resent the United States because we separated from them.
I'd be curious to ask a Brit for their opinion on that.
Oh yes, I asked British people about that when I went over there, and they still happily make jokes about how Oh, Canada's better because they will stay with us, whereas the United States didn't.
Canada didn't stay with them.
I meant like Canada stayed with them until Britain made them independent. That's what they were talking about. Like they didn't they were talking about how Canada's better because they didn't declare a war to get free.
Mm-hmm.
And look at how well Canada's doing.
Yeah. Not so hot.
Yeah,
Yeah, at this point, Canada is another place that I would absolutely love to go explore. Hate to live there.
Oh, same, because no one can afford houses there.
Yeah. And we thought our housing market's pretty bad. It's worse in Canada.
Oh, it's so much worse, especially if you live. It's not that much worse than UP, but compared to the rest of the U.S., unless you're in LA, yeah, it's pretty bad.
So many places to travel to, so little time. Not enough money either.
Oh, yes. Do you still want to go to Europe?
I do, yes. As much as I hate flying, I know that's the only way to get there in a reasonable time, but yes, I would still love to go to Europe. It sounds like my sister's going to Europe next year, actually.
Your older one?
Yep. Going to Italy.
You should have tagged along because you're Italian.
It's on Thanksgiving weekend when she's going.
Why is she going on Thanksgiving week? It's gonna be cold there.
Well, given what she's going to be doing, I don't think she's going to be cold. She's become a Taekwondo assistant instructor. And she was invited by her master to go with him to Italy for a seminar they're doing in Taekwondo.
Okay. Not what I expected.
Yeah. So, given what she's going to be doing, she's not going to be cold.
No.
She'll be active.
I mean, granted, Italy's known for having a warmer climate anyway for European standards, but I mean, in the Alps it gets cold though, so...
Yeah. I would love to see Venice. As much of a car guy as I am, I would just love to see Venice. And I suppose the Vatican, given,
Yeah, the Catholic.
So.
Yeah, I totally get that. Because, it's great to visit places if you're a car enthusiast.
I have to get on the German Autobahn. I absolutely have to get on the German Autobahn.
I think I was on it.
Right, you went to Germany.
Yes.
Although I don't know if the buses were going the international speed limit.
No, they were not.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, well,
I love how we say it's Germany's international speed limit. They have no speed limit.
Yes. Well, also where we were going specifically, like when driving from, like we were driving to the mountains a lot too. So kind of can't.
Yeah, I suppose.
If you want there.
Yeah, it's primarily the routes you want to get are like between Munich and Stuttgart and Hamburg. Those are the routes where you will definitely find Germany's international speed limit, or lack thereof. I gotta get
back to Germany so I can drive on the Autobahn.
Maybe one of these days all three of us should go. We gotta find a way to coordinate with Tavi and see if we can all go to Germany, rent a Taycan, and just blast down the Autobahn.
Yes, that sounds like it might be fun. But shall we go ahead and conclude the show now?
I agree. I am hungry. I haven't had anything to eat today, so let's
As
conclude the
always,
show.
You haven't eaten anything today?
Well, I did have a quick snack in between my lunch. I had a combination of playing for a funeral today and then going back to my normal day job. So.
Okay, well, as always, thank you all for tuning into another episode of iTunes Fan Podcast. As always, I'm Tim with me, iTunes Fanboy.
And my name is Alpha DeWolf from the Random Alpha.
And as always, we're saying peace out for now, and hope to see you all in the next episode. Take care, everyone.